God. Welcome back to another episode of Chillin' Vanilla Podcast. It's your boys Chillin' with Vanilla, and what we're getting into today is Konosuba. Yes. Konosuba. It's a fucking awesome show. I love the show so much. Before we get into it, pluggables.
Oh. All right, so around the end of May, we'll be back live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ChillVanilla5. We're on YouTube, Chill Vanilla Podcast. Look us up. And then audio episodes are anchor.fm/ChillVanilla5. It's links to like Spotify, Apple, many of the major ones most people would probably use. Like, subscribe, follow, or whatever, depending on the platform you're on, and keep checking out with us. Let's get into it.
Let's get it started. All right, so we are gonna do the thing where we review awesome anime, or sometimes not so awesome anime. Looking at you, Token Rambu. Jesus Christ, it's been a while. I haven't mentioned it.
Picking it.
Hey, look, I picked the shit out of it, and then I was like, "This is so trash. I genuinely can't stomach watching anymore." Pain.
Well, then let's get on the happy side.
Let's get on the happy side of things and talk about great anime like Konosuba. Shit. In summary, Konosuba is an isekai / moe technically because they go on adventures. And it is fucking awesome. Basically, you have Kazuma going on adventures after dying via Truck-kun. Just kidding, it wasn't Truck-kun. He died because he's a little bitch and he peed himself whenever he died. Because he was worried that he was going to get hit by Truck-kun and had a heart attack and died. So yeah, he was frightened to death, literally. Yeah. Who was is it Eris? Was the original like goddess maiden or whatever that brought him to?
Well, no, Aqua was the first.
Aqua was. Yeah, that's right. Aqua was. So Aqua is one of the main characters, and she roasts the fucking shit out of him upon death, and we start our adventure there.
Basically, Kazuma dies in real life, like modern day Japan.
Yeah.
He ends up in the in between with meeting the goddess Aqua, and gives him the option to pass on peacefully or go to like a new world, be reborn in a new world, and have to defeat the demon king or something, and that's obviously where we get into the fantasy world. And then he basically is a little piece of shit, and he gets like one wish to pick a weapon or something to take with him, and he picks her, Aqua, the goddess, to go with him, and she gets stuck going with him, and basically she can't return to the in-between world where she's a goddess until they defeat the demon king or whatever. And that's where they get plopped in, and that's kind of where everything goes from there.
At level 1, this is gonna be a fun one. So let's start with characters, just in general. Not so much character development yet. We'll roll into character development this time around. We'll start with characters. Of course, you get Kazuma. He is a shit show and a half, and I love him as a character. He's very sarcastic. He's very you can't even say rough around the edges. Like, he's just not an ideal hero whatsoever, or an ideal MC. As far as
he was a loner gamer boy in real life.
Yeah, exactly. And he, for whatever reason, decided to help out this little girl that he thought was going to get hit, but by way of like bad perception of it. He had a terrible vantage point, and it looked like she was going to get hit. She was perfectly fine. Nothing would have happened to her. The truck stopped well enough in time.
The tractor.
The tractor stopped well enough in time, and he dies from fright. Yeah. So he already starts off pretty low on the strength and skill side of things, and then he gets taken to this new world, and then meets Aqua in the process. Tells her, now fuck that, you're coming with me then, and she hates him 100% because now she's stuck with him, and it's not like he has her the wishes. So yeah, it's great. It's good pacing, and good dialogue and banter, and just like roasting of each other between the two of them on a constant basis.
Yeah, it's just a fantasy world where they basically start at level. Well, Kazuma starts at level 1, and then Aqua's like, well, she's level 1, but her skills,
her
like
skills
they get adventurer cards and shit from the guild, and it tells them what they're high skill in, and she's like high magic, like low intelligence.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's kind of like
his is luck, right? His luck is through the fucking, like, through the roof, as far as his character abilities, but everything else is pretty shit. Like,
how I envision this show is almost like a meme version of Rising of the Shield Hero.
100%. That's exactly what it is.
That's basically the best way to describe it. It's a meme, like, comedy version of Rising of the Shield Hero. They're in a fantasy world. They're trying to level. They got to level up, and they don't have any crazy abilities. They just have to level up and fight stupid monsters and do quests and get money.
Just standard
for things, and
standard fucking.
Was an alcoholic that spends all her money and is drinking the whole show, and
she does stupid shit that even whenever they do get blessed with like a really badass mission and they succeed, she fucks it up. So.
Like, she's supposed to be some goddess, but then she's like getting, like, they go to fight those big frogs, and she's getting eaten by them. And
the frogs are one of my favorites. Speaking of characters that fuck shit up, Megumin is so good. Probably the best character in the show to me anyway.
She's just hilariously written. Like, she does explosion magic, and she's low level, but her explosion magic, it's explosion, so it's like really strong.
Yeah.
So she can do like one giant explosion spell a day, and then she like passes out.
That's all she knows is this big ass explosion spell. It's that she's mastered this ridiculous over the top attack, but she can only do it once a day, and it drains all her energy. It's
almost like what's his name from Demon Slayer?
Zenitsu.
Yeah,
with this one attack that he does really fucking well.
Yeah, kind of like that. But and then you have of course, Darkness, the Crusader Knight girl that's like a masochist, and
it just gets progressively worse throughout the show too. That's really the main cast is Kazuya, Aqua. I'm sorry, yeah, Kazuma, the dude that gets Isekai'd, Aqua, the goddess, self-proclaimed goddess. Anyways, Megumin, the explosion magic user, and then Darkness, who's she's a tank. She's just a full-on tank character that just loves. But the spin on her being a tank, whereas most tanks take the brunt of damage and they're like, this sucks, but whatever, it's what I do. Excuse me, she absolutely loves it. Like, in a really weird, gets her off. And it's clear that it's strange to all the other characters too. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, where is she going? When they're getting attacked like groups of enemies, and she's like, I'll protect y'all.
Well, my favorite part is just like, so basically, as you can tell, all the characters are like, have ridiculous, weird personalities.
Yes.
And what's funny is like, Kazuma is like, my favorite part is like, he's basically just done with it the whole show. Like,
the entire time.
Bro, this is like, what the hell?
He's like, how the fuck did I end up with these people?
Yeah, my favorite parts of the show are like when someone does something stupid or says something weird or crazy, and like he's just like, huh?
Yeah. Kazuma. I'm Kazuma.
Like,
that's another.
It's just great.
Anytime they're in like the guild or something, it's like Kazuma. Yes, I'm Kazuma. Like,
yeah, he's just so like sarcastic, and I relate to. He's so sarcastic and just done with the stupid shit that it's.
He's a fucking phenomenal character. I hated him so much in the first couple episodes, and then he was just like, okay, never mind.
There were some weird parts in the first few episodes.
Yes, but, once you learn the steel magic.
Unlike Future Diary, it's weird, but it's like weird in a comical light way, not like a
Yes.
trying to be ecchi way.
Exactly. It's weird
There's some weird stuff, but it's
100%. But at the same time, it's kind of to be expected because it's meant to be like it's an older like it uses older jokes, like or like jokes meant for older people, to portray a lot of the humor. Yeah, there's some like
definitely not meant for kids.
Yeah, no, there's drinking humor and there's toilet humor and there's like
the one where they got swallowed by the frogs and they're like there's slime all over them. What is that?
Yes.
What are you doing to those girls? I was like, oh,
that show's great.
So it's this kind of show.
Oh, it's too good. Yeah, so like they go on these missions. They do somehow manage to fucking come back alive.
Well, that's the funny part is they somehow manage to come back alive like every time.
And it's always this interesting, different dynamic between when they initially start on their quest, whatever mission they're taking. They're like the one that was like a rank like S mission or whatever the fuck, and they decided to take it on. Like there's just shit like that to where they'll go and they'll do this like crazy over the top mission that's way too much for them, but they're broke as fuck and they need the money to like eat and shit. And so they'll go do this mission and then they should for sure die, but they don't manage to because of like his insane level of luck. Coupled with insane explosion magic abilities, coupled with random shit that Aqua does. Yeah, it's the rotation and the interaction between them is just so good, as far as that's concerned. And they do grow as far as character development is concerned. They do grow along or throughout the show. This is season 1. You haven't seen season 2
season
yet,
1 only.
Yeah, this is just season 1. And so
disclaimer: this is a season 1 review only.
Yes. And so
I haven't gotten that far.
And so yeah, they grow. They have their moments of like, well, I guess you're cool. Like, I guess I can tolerate you for now. Like that to kind of like play off the fact that they do give a shit about each other eventually. But
well, yeah, that's the best part is they're always talking shit and messing with each other.
Yes, constantly.
Like Kazuma always calls her like self-proclaimed goddess.
Yeah, self-proclaimed goddess. Like
useless goddess.
You're so mean to me. It's great. Their interactions are always great because they're constantly roasting each other. Like I said, they're always roasting each other. They're always poking fun at each other. They always laugh at each other's failures, but at the same time, they're like they give a shit about each other. It doesn't seem like it right off the rip. Especially with Darkness. Darkness just kind of like joins, and it takes them a while to figure out how to interact with her because she's like still kind of like she's all like regal, and then like she gets into a fight, and it's like what the fuck is going on with her?
Well, like the fight where they're dealing with the demon king's like army commander.
Yeah,
and she's like saying all this. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna brute force this with me and do have your way with me." He's like, "I'm not doing anything."
And even he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this person?" Oh god.
Well, yeah, all the other, like half the other characters notice it, but like it's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, but she's actually a generally good like paladin / tank. It just it's weird, like.
Well, and then the spider where it's like it's gonna self-destruct. He's like, "Oh, can I endure the explosion?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she deserves an entire like case study of by herself in comparison to all the other characters. It's like, good God, woman, calm down.
Well, there's just a lot. There's a lot of just comical scenes, like Megumin blowing up that abandoned castle.
Yeah, the abandoned castle, and then homeboy gets pissed off and wants revenge. He's like, "You blew up my home!" Like,
yeah. Well, the best part was like I saw them doing that, and I was like, "Dude, somebody's living.
Somebody lives there." Yeah.
I thought it was gonna. I thought they were gonna come out faster when she did the first explosion on it, but then, but it was actually well done where he came later. It's like, stop blowing it up. But It's it's a good comedy show. It's a nice lighthearted. If you need something to like, I watched a few episodes in between watching Future Diary because like I
Hey,
need a
like I need
break.
something, yeah, need
I
something
need something
upbeat.
to like chill for a second.
Uh, yeah, the story itself, as far as like story pacing is concerned, it's great because it's really just it's showcasing all their adventures, and it's kind of like what's the adventure of the week, kind of is what it feels like. Um, there aren't very many that like continue along like a massive span of episodes. Uh, they just do normal get in a hijinks wall, trying to get to a mission, do some side shit to like get experience or whatever, so that they qualify for higher tier missions, shit like that. Like they had the training arc or whatever, so like they're
Well,
they're
yeah,
trying to like get their
it's
levels up and like get better at shit. That way they can fucking take on higher paying missions because they keep fucking shit up and they're in such massive.
well, like when they defeated the Demon King's commander,
Yeah,
but Aqua like did her big spell but ended up blowing up like the whole front gate of the
yeah.
castle, and so they were like, well, the reward's 3 million, but the repairs are like 3.4 million, so we're
Yeah,
gonna have to do that now. Like, oh jeez.
yeah. It's just it's
They
shit
always
like
end up
that.
losing their money somehow.
Always. It's shit like that. That's
The
one of the
flying
better
towers.
running. There's a lot of there's a lot of running gags in the show. How broke they are. Megamine with her one spell thing. Um, Kazuya being like, I fucking hate it here. Darkness's. You've gotten to the part where they say her real name, right?
Yeah, at the end with the spider robot.
Every time he says it, he whispers it. And I'm like, I hate you so much. La Latina.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's not much to really get into other than it's just a
There's not a
funny ass
lot
show.
of there's not a lot of in depth shit going on here. It's just a long meme, and it's a great meme that just
Yeah.
gets better the more you watch it. The characters, there's there is character development as the show goes on, but it's not to the point of like, man, this is remarkable. It's just like
It's not a serious
correct. It doesn't take itself
serious
serious, and it
story, so
knows that it
there's
doesn't take
character
itself
development,
serious.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
like it knows for a fact what it is. It's very self conscious of what it is as a show, and I love that it's like we're a meme. We know this. Just embrace the meme. Uh,
Yeah,
the like the fight sequences, like there's very few times where it's like, holy shit, the stakes are so incredibly high. Oh my god, what's gonna happen here? No. Typically it's
or like they make it a gag thing, like, oh, the stakes are so high you could die, like when the commander guy put the curse on Darkness, but then
yeah,
Aqua lifted it right after he left.
yeah.
And then he came back, he was like, wait, you're still alive.
It's still alive.
It's like they put like these, oh my gosh, it's finally serious, and then something stupid happens. Well, the funny part was when Kazuma actually died,
Oh yeah.
because the samurai, the little ghost samurai, decapitated him. They're like, you got decapitated. And it's like, but then Aqua like does a revive spell on him. Well,
No,
the
Eris.
funny part of that was he met Eris, and
Yeah.
then she was like, "Oh, I can send you back to be reborn in Japan." And he's like, "Oh, finally I can get out." And then Aqua does a revive spell on him.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're not leaving."
He's like, no, no.
Yeah. Well, he got to the
So
point where
good.
he's like, "Oh, well, maybe I do actually care about these people, but
Yeah.
I still." And then yeah, it's good. It's a really good light-hearted show.
Very lighthearted. It's again, it's a meme.
Not much
It's
serious to talk about it.
at all. There's not a lot to be like, oh man, this thing is oh man, this particular moment right here was so pivotal for the
This
show.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like no, it's just it's one fun ride. You're just on a roller coaster of laughter. Like there's not a lot of parts where I'm like, oh, it's really sad. No, you're just laughing, and you're also like, god damn it, because there are a lot of situations that they get put into or that they put themselves in that it's like this could have been very easily avoidable if y'all would have just been paying attention. Like stuff like when I think there was like a dungeon that they went into, and I don't even remember if that's season 1 or season 2, but they went like a dungeon, and like all these traps and shit. And Kazuya has all this luck, right? So he could very easily get past these traps, but Aqua's dumbass sets him off, and so it's like,
oh, the when he hired the or put in that order for the succubus.
Oh yeah,
whole dream.
Oh man.
Where he thought he was dreaming, and then darkness comes into the bathroom, the tub area, and he thinks he's in the dream. And he's like, "Oh, this is what I paid for." It's like, well, I didn't order this. And
it's like washing her back and
capture the real one.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's too good.
It's good. It's good. Adult humor, good. Not for kids, but
definitely not for kids. I'm not gonna my kids watch anime. I would not have them. I would not recommend Konosuba to my children whatsoever.
That's about it. I mean, it's just a nice Rising of the Shield Hero meme.
Yeah, like if you took Rising of the Shield Hero, or put it this way, Konosuba came out before Rising of the Shield Hero, so therefore Rising of the Shield Hero is a serious version. Okay. It's a serious version.
In my perspective,
I'm aware.
Rising of the Shield Hero first.
I'm aware. We gotta clear that up, because people are gonna be like, oh, actually. So yeah, we gotta square that up, square that away.
Rising of the Shield Hero copied Konosuba.
If you look really closely, you can see the similarities to a lot of characters.
Well, it's funny because it's even funnier because Kazuma is like, and
Aqua.
Fucking hell, bro. No. Why am I? Dude, I'm having a bad day with names. Rising of Shield Hero, main character.
Oh, Naofumi.
Christ, how do I forget? Yeah, Naofumi. I say it all the time, and I can't. Naofumi and them both are in like the green color.
The exact same outfit, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally feels like just a cartoon meme version of it.
God, I'm so excited for you to watch season 2 in the movie, because you're gonna be like, good God, like. I binged both seasons and the movie in a day. I was like,
oh, I'm sure I will probably.
I just kept clicking on. I was like, next. It's too.
Well, that's how I watched it. That was an easy watch, but yeah, it's a good show. It's I mean, there's not much to summary. It's a meme show, nice, laughy, fun show, and it's a 9 out of 10 for me. The only reason the point off would be some of the weird shit they put in there. That's a little extra for me, for my taste, but it's a good show.
For Konosuba, I give it for Konosuba season 1.
This is all.
In respect to the characters, the silly hijinks and the crazy shit that they get into, the ongoing memes, all that shit. I give it a 10. I've long since loved the show. It was recommended to me by Lucas. I was like, I'm not watching that shit. It looks stupid. And for 2 years, I was like, fuck that. I'm not watching that shit. And then one weekend, I was like, well, all the other shit I'm watching is super serious. He said this is pretty funny. Sure, why not? I think I'd binge season 3 or some shit for Attack on Titan. I was like, God, that's depressing. Let me watch something funny. And then I ended up binge watching the shit out of all of Konosuba. Yeah, it's a solid 10.
I'll watch that one pretty soon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's worth it. It's a good watch. Anybody that wants a good, not just a good laugh, but a good string of laughs. You gotta understand, these are 2 full seasons. They both have 2 curs, so 24 episodes, 26 episodes, some shit like that each. There's 50 something episodes total between the 2 seasons.
It's 11 episodes.
Oh, it's 11?
Yeah, I think they're all just half and half. 11 episodes.
Yeah, so I'm wrong. So they're each 1 cur. So it's a quick watch, and then the movie's I think an hour and a half, something like that, or an hour. I can't remember. But awesome show. I love it to death. It's one of those. It's in my top it's my top 20 for sure. As far as this all time shows that I'm like, hell yes, I would watch this again. Yeah, that's really all I can say on it. It's an easy 10 to give because of how fucking funny it is.
It's good. I can't disagree with that.
It does.
The only point is just a personal taste thing.
Correct. But yeah, it does everything that it does. Really fucking well. It doesn't. Again, this is another show that it's not doing anything innovative. You know, it's not doing anything that like breaks the mold. It's just fucking hilarious because you know what you're getting. You know it's a comedy. So a isekai adventure comedy as opposed to like a rom com, right? So the level of comedy and like romance and story balancing that we got from like a Kaguya is something that I equate that to as far as how did that make me feel? How did I enjoy it? Can I enjoy it both subjectively and objectively? Okay, cool. Yeah, it gets a flat out 10. So
all right, well that's that. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. End of May we'll be back live on Twitch with our episodes where you can come chat and hang out with us, and we'll listen. We read things during the episodes. Obviously nothing here because we're pre-recording for Mr. Medical Problems.
don't hate.
Twitch.tv/Chilvin05, 7:30 Central Time PM every Wednesday is when we'll be live after end of May. YouTube is Chill Vanilla Podcast. If you're listening audio, anchor.fm/Chillvanilla5, that'll lead you to like Spotify, Apple, and all the good stuff. Follow, like, subscribe, do all the things depending on the platform you're on, and come back for our next episode.
Woo! See y'all on the next one. Have a good one. Later.